Hello, Chapel Springs family. It's Monday. Thank you for joining me today for our noon devotion. This is Pastor Bernice. I just wanted to take some time today to just be a little bit more open and vulnerable with you. Um, I just have to say, this whole shelter in place quarantine season has been unpredictable. How about that? I think I went into it thinking, okay, we got this, can make some plans how to work this out. And it hasn't been super stressful in regards to what some people are experiencing. It hasn't been super stressful for me, I should say. I don't have kids in school that I'm now homeschooling, and um, been working full time, enjoying not having to deal with traffic, getting to and from work, and just having a little bit more time to just be in the Word or go outside and take a walk. It's been refreshing. But I do have to say, about 2 weeks ago, I think my body started talking to me, and I noticed that I was having a really hard time falling asleep. And I am a sleeper. I typically never have issues falling asleep. But 2 weeks ago, almost every night, no, not almost every night, falling asleep was just like, ugh, my body was like, nope, we're not doing it. And I noticed I was starting to have just some minor digestive issues. And I was like, ugh, funky, like, what's going on? And my body just was exhausted and just, I think, was trained to speak to me, telling me something's amiss and your mind is in distress and it's time to start asking questions about why. Um, if anybody comes out of this pandemic and is able to say, no, I didn't struggle at all emotionally, then wow, I'm impressed. When I am feeling, whether it's stressed out or emotionally depleted or exhausted, um, I have a tendency to just grab a couple sheets of paper and just start writing. Something about journaling, not even like having a planned journal, like I'm just gonna write what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna start writing and just get it out, kind of like a free flow um, puke session with words, I guess is a better way to say it. For some reason, I find that to be extremely relieving um, to my emotions, and it settles my mind. And in that, I kind of started just discovering I'm having a really hard time dealing with the uncertainty that is the reality of right now. The uncertainty, so many I don't knows. I don't know how many more people are going to get sick. I don't know how many more people are going to die. I don't know. Like, are we entering into a recession that is going to bounce back quickly, or is this going to be the next Great Depression? I don't know what the next year looks like. I don't know, how soon is a vaccine going to come out? I don't even really know what news sources to listen to anymore. And the uncertainty is just uh, frustrating to me. I'm a planner. I'm a I love to look into the future and know certain things. And it's been really challenging not to be able to do that. When I look into the future and all I see are question marks, I just kind of go, I I don't know how to deal with that. Did you have to say, I kind of cheated a little bit. I've started reading poets because there is something about Psalms that just really helps me be able to unravel some of my emotions. And Psalm 46. We're kind of familiar with Psalm 46, but we don't know that we are. Um, one of the last verses in Psalm 46 is the one that says, "Be still and know that I am God." Most of us are pretty familiar with that. But as I started reading Psalm 46, I was like, wow, I need to read this a couple times each day. And the reason why, and I'm going to read it to you, but the reason why is because we're pointed to the greatness of the Lord. I mean, that is what the focus is on, is the greatness of the Lord. And there's something about when we settle our minds on his greatness and who he is and all that he is able to do that brings a tremendous amount of stillness and allows us to sit in uncertainty and still rest. So here's Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. So we will not fear when earthquakes come and the mountains crumble into the sea. Let the oceans roar and foam. Let the mountains tremble as the waters surge. A river brings joy to the city of our God, the sacred home of the Most High. God dwells in that city. It cannot be destroyed. From the very break of day, God will protect it. The nations are in chaos, and their kingdoms crumble. God's voice thunders and the earth melts. The Lord of heaven's armies is here among us. The God of Israel is our fortress. Come, see the glorious works of the Lord. See how he brings destruction upon the world. He causes wars to end throughout the earth. He breaks the bow and snaps the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be honored in every nation. I will be honored throughout the world. The Lord of heaven's armies is here among us. The God of Israel is our fortress. Amen. The Lord of heaven's armies is with us, and that is so comforting. I'm finding the Psalms just to be extremely relieving, and I hope that you are finding a way to deal with the maybe emotional distress that you're in. Maybe you're not in a great emotional distress. Maybe it's just a little. But listen to your body. What is it saying to you? For me, my body speaks first, and then my emotions. And some of you, your emotions might be screaming before your body does anything. But listen to them and don't dismiss them. Turn to the Word. Turn to the Lord. He's got this. For those of you that are exhausted, I have a blessing that I would love to read over you. This is from John Donahue. It's called A Blessing for One Who is Exhausted. I'm going to copy this for you and put it in the comments below. And if you know somebody who is just really having a hard time right now, feel free to send it to them. Maybe read it to them, give them a call, and encourage them with this. I hope this blesses you today. A blessing for one who is exhausted. When the rhythm of the heart becomes hectic, time takes on the strain until it breaks. Then all the unattended stress falls in on the mind like an endless increasing weight. The light in the mind becomes dim, and things you could take in your stride before now become laborsome events of will. Weariness invades your spirit. Gravity begins falling inside you, dragging down every bone. The tide you never valued has gone out, and you are marooned on unsure ground. Something within you has closed down, and you cannot push yourself back to life. You've been forced to enter empty time. The desire that drove you has relinquished. There's nothing else to do now but rest and patiently learn to receive the self you have forsaken for the race of days. At first, your thinking will darken and sadness will take over like listless weather, and the flow of unwept tears will frighten you. You've traveled too fast over false ground. Now your soul has come to take you back. Take refuge in your senses. Open up to all the small miracles you rushed through. Become inclined to watch the way of rain when it falls slow and free. Imitate the habit of twilight, taking time to open the well of color that fostered the brightness of day. Draw alongside the silence of stone until its calmness can claim you. Be excessively gentle with yourself. Stay clear of those vexed in spirit and learn to linger around someone of ease who feels they have all the time in the world. Gradually, you will return to yourself, having learned a new respect for your heart and the joy that dwells far within slow time. Be blessed, my friends. I will see you tomorrow at noon for a devotion from Pastor Scott.